Hello everybody. So today we are going to see a program on distance vector routing algorithm and to find a suitable transmission path between the nodes. This program is written in C. So let us see the flow of the program. Hash include stdio.h is the main header file that includes the standard inputs and outputs. We need to define a structure called node for this program. This is of the type unsigned and the names are given as dist with a size of 20. Similarly, from 20, we are going to initialize another structure called rt with the size 10. We are going to include the int main function and we are initializing a 2D array with the name of cost mat and a size of 20. We need certain variables called nodes j, k, I of the type integer, and we are going to initialize a variable called count. We are going to initialize a variable of count with the initial value 0. Now we will enter the number of nodes that are needed. The nodes are taken from the scanf statement. Next, we will enter the cost matrix. To enter the cost matrix, we need two loops since we have initiated the cost matrix as a two-dimension array. The first for loop says that I is equal to 0, I is less than nodes, I plus plus. So if this is true, then it jumps into another for loop which says that for j is equal to 0, j is less than nodes, j plus plus. The values for both the for loops is taken from a scan statement from cost mat of I and j. Initially, the value of cost mat is 0. rt dot I dot dist of j dot operator in C connects both of these attributes. This is equal to cost mat of I comma j. rt of I dot from j is equal to j. When these instructions are executed, we are going to initialize a do while loop. In a do while loop, first the do instructions are executed, then the while instructions are checked. So under the do loop, we have initialized count is equal to 0 and we have initialized three for loops for I, j and k where their values are initialized to 0 and if their values are less than node values then they are incremented respectively. If this for loop is true, then the do instruction gives the control to the if block what is written here. If this condition of rt of I dot dist of j, if this value is greater than the value of cost mat of I comma I and k plus the value of rt of k dot dist of j, then this instruction needs to be executed where rt of I dot dist of j is given by the sum of rt of I plus dist of k and rt of k plus dist of j. If this is true, then rt of I dot from j is assigned the value of k. Then the value of count is incremented. Once the do instruction is executed, then the compiler jumps to the while condition where the value of count, if it is not equal to 0, then the for loop where I is initialized to be 0 and if the value is less than the value of node, it is incremented. When this for loop is true, then we need to enter for router d percentage d ampersand n. This will take the value from I plus n. For j is equal to 0, j is less than nodes j plus plus. When this for loop is in execution, it takes the number of nodes and calculates the distance from the same. So let us see the output of this. We need to execute cc space the file name dot c and then dot slash a dot out. So it is asking the number of nodes. Let me enter the number of nodes to be 3. Enter the cost matrix. So now we need to enter the cost matrix of our desire to see the best transmission path that is given. So now you can see for the 3 routers what I entered, sorry, for the 3 nodes what I entered, there are the best possible values given. From node 1 via distance 1 it is 0, node 2 via 2 the distance is 4, node 3 via 3 the distance is 6. So for the router 1 the best possible distance is via node 2 where the minimum distance is 4. Similarly it is exhibiting the outputs for all the 3 routers. So this is it for the program. Thank you.